Shabbat Shalom. Today, my mom and dad and I were out hiking, and we were out enjoying God's beautiful creation, and it reminded us of today's Torah portion. This week's Torah portion talks about the Promised Land. The Israelites are going to go into the Promised Land, but before they can do that, they have to make a covenant with God.
And actually, even though this week's Torah portion says it's a new covenant, it's actually a covenant in addition to the covenant that he made with them at Horeb. So we know that throughout the entire book of Devarim, Moshe has been reminding the people of everything that they've gone through, so that when they enter the Promised Land, they will know exactly how they are to live. So the covenant that he's reminding them of is the same covenant that he's made with them before. But before, he told them that they had to circumcise their own hearts. Well, that's rather difficult to do, because our hearts are like this rock. They're hard, cold, stony. There's not a lot we can do with this. But in this covenant, do you know what Adonai says?
He says that he will circumcise our hearts.
That's right. He will circumcise our hearts. He says that in chapter 30, verse 6. The Lord your God will circumcise your hearts and the hearts of your descendants, so that you may love him with all your heart and with all your soul and live. And did you know Ezekiel talks about this too? Ezekiel talks about this in chapter 36, verse 26. He says, I will give you a new heart and put a new spirit within you. I will remove from you your heart of stone and give you a heart of flesh. So if this is like our hearts, a rock, hard as stone, how do we make it soft? Can you make a rock soft? I have an idea. Let's see. If I hit it with a hammer, do you think the rock will be soft instead of hard? Oh, that didn't make it soft, did it? That just shattered it. It broke it into pieces. Can we make our hearts soft? Can we circumcise our hearts before God? We can't. No matter how hard we try, we're always going to fail. But what does God say? He says, I will give you a new heart and put a new spirit within you, and it will be soft, and he can shape it any way that he wants to shape our hearts. And we get that through Yeshua our Messiah. On our own, we can't circumcise our own hearts. But through Yeshua, he does it for us. And then we can follow all the stipulations of the covenant.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.